guys, my name is TechnoTuner, and today I'm bringing to you my updated Burning Abyss Fiendsmith deck profile that I've had a lot of fun with playing with friends from time to time. This deck has a lot of capability, especially with Lacrima coming back. I didn't fit it into the actual extra deck, but there are a couple cards that I can suggest that you can swap and replace with it. But this deck still has a lot of fun capabilities of establishing really interesting boards, while giving you a lot of good capability for OTKs or just coming back and playing against friends. Now, I will state that this deck is more of a fun side of kind of scrub league kind of playing. It doesn't really have the mainstaying power of really participating against K9 and Dracotail and Yummy at this point in time currently, mainly because due to the massive amount of board removal or interaction or lockdown of summoning. Once those decks are put in a check, I could see this deck coming back and becoming more of a viable option. However, that still won't prevent me from really playing this deck because it's still a lot of fun to play. From whether you're either going into a fusion summon to a Xyz summon or a link summon, you have a lot of good capability to really further your plays and actually set up some really interesting interaction from whether it be banishing, searching, or resummoning a monster from the graveyard or deck just to really continue your plays. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop right on in to our actual main deck profile. So, starting off with our main deck, of course we're going to start off with the Burning Abyss cards, in which we're playing 3 Graph Malbranch of the Burning Abyss. If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, destroy this card. You can only use one of these effects of Graph Malbranch of the Burning Abyss per turn, and only once that turn. If you control no spells and trap cards, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Burning Abyss monster from your deck, except Graph Malbranch of the Burning Abyss. So this basically lets you get into your Seer, which can further out your combo, but it's going to be one of the mainstay normal summons if you can get it onto the board, or if you can special summon it by another method. Next up, we have Seer Malbranch of the Burning Abyss. If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, destroy this card. You can only use one of these effects of Seer, Malbranch of the Burning Abyss, per turn, and only once that turn. If you control no spells and trap cards, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Burning Abyss monster in your graveyard, except Sir, Malbranch of the Burning Abyss, and special summon it. So, outside of Dante plays and stuff like that, this allows you to really revive back one of your Burning Abyss monsters to either trigger off an effect or burn through and get another body on board. Of course, next we're playing 3 Scarm Malbranch of the Burning Abyss. If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, destroy this card. You can only use one of these effects of Scarm Malbranch of the Burning Abyss once per turn, and only once that turn. If you control no spells and trap cards, you special summon this card from your hand. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add one level 3 Dark Fiend monster from your deck to your hand, except Scarm Malbranch of the Burning Abyss. So, this one's basically our main end phase searcher. You do have to remember the timing because a lot of people do forget that, but it does happen during the end phase of the turn where you can search through and grab a level 3 Dark Fiend. It's not specific to just Burning Abyss monsters. Next up, we're playing 3 Farfa Malbranch of the Burning Abyss. If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, destroy this card. You can only use one of these effects of Farfa Malbranch of the Burning Abyss per turn, and only once that turn. If you control no spell and trap cards, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster on the field, banish it until the end phase. So this can work as some board removal if you need to. Then, next up for our 2 of, we're playing 2 Libic Malbranch of the Burning Abyss. If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, destroy this card. You can only use one of these effects of Libic Malbranch of the Burning Abyss per turn, and only once that turn. If you control no spells and trap cards, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 3 Dark Fiend type monster from your hand, but its effects are negated. So basically, you want this card to be sent to the graveyard to really summon out either Seer or Graph or Scarm, basically as an extension for your further plays. Then finally for the 1 of, for the Burning Abyss monsters, we're playing 1 Barbar Malbranch of the Burning Abyss. If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, destroy this card. You can only use one of these effects of Barbar Malbranch of the Burning Abyss per turn, and only once that turn. If you control no spell and trap cards, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target up to 3 Burning Abyss cards in your graveyard, except Barbar Malbranch of the Burning Abyss and banish them, and if you do, inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each. In all honesty, Barbar was really good when we had the time format, but at this point in time, he could probably be replaced with the actual tuner of the deck to allow you to do a synchro play for a level 6. Or if you want, you could push it for a level 9 and try to do like Trishula or something else as well. But that does require a lot of resources to really play, but it's still a really fun card to play overall. But that is all the actual Burning Abyss monsters I'm playing in the main deck. Let me move these over so I can fit them all up here. For some of the support engine, we're playing 3 Boyo, the Dawn's Light. Monsters in your leftmost or rightmost main monster zones cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Boyo's, the Dawn's Light, once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Fiend effect monster you control, negates effects, and if you do, special summon this card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Mutiny in the Sky from your deck to your hand. So, this is basically our Mutiny in the Sky Searcher, but it's also a free special summon in a level 3, which can help us get into our Dante. Next up, of course, we're playing 3 Tour Guide from the Underworld. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 3 Fiend monster from your hand or deck, but negates effects. Also cannot be used as synchro material. So, once again, another Dante build, but allows you to get out your Graph or Seer to really combo your plays, or if you need to, you get Scarm for a bit more recovery during the end phase. Next up, we're playing 2 Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Fiend-type monsters you control, except Fiendish Rhino Warrior, cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send 1 Fiend-type monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Fiendish Rhino Warrior. You can only use this effect of Fiendish Rhino Warrior once per turn. So outside of giving your deck a little bit extra protection, it makes it easier to where you can set up some protection for your Burning Abyss monsters not to nuke themselves. Now, onto the Fiendsmith package. For the Fiendsmiths, we're playing 3 Fiendsmith Engraver. You can discard this card, add 1 Fiendsmith spell or trap from your deck to your hand. You can target 1 Fiendsmith equip card you control and 1 monster on the field, shuffle them into the send them to the graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle 1 other light Fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck or extra deck, special summon this card. You can only use each effect of Fiendsmith Engraver once per turn. So, outside of really being a good way to get some board removal by sending an equip monster and 1 monster opponent controls, you can also revive it back by shuffling back a light Fiend monster that you want to utilize for next turn. One of those might be the 1 Lacrima, the Crimson Tears. This card is always treated as a Fiendsmith card. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 Fiendsmith card from your deck to the graveyard, except Lacrima, the Crimson Tears, during your opponent's turn. If this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can target 1 Fiendsmith Link in your graveyard, shuffle this card into the deck, and if you do, special summon that monster. You can only use each effect of Lacrima, the Crimson Tears once per turn. So this can help get your Engraver into the graveyard, which can help you out with your plays. And then, of course, next we're playing the 1 Fabled Lurry. If this card is discarded to the graveyard, special summon it, which we're going to be discarding off of Fiendsmith Tract. This basically lets us get into our Fiendsmith combo a little bit easier. But that's all the main monsters I'm really playing, outside of some hand traps, which I'll get into here very shortly. But I wanted to at least show you guys what you could utilize with this deck overall, because it's still a lot of fun to play nonetheless, and can be heavily modified or just edited in general to fit more of your play style, whether it be Synchro, Xyz, Link, Fusion, etc. As for hand traps, I'm playing 3 Ash Blossom and 3 Infinite Impermanence. Now, these cards, if you're trying to cut from a more pure build, you can fill it up with either more Fiendsmith, more Fiendish Rhino Warriors, more Burning Abyss cards, really to give it that option to really give you more interactability. You can even cut the impermanences for 3 Follows or 3 Perulia. It's really up to you. This deck has a lot of capability to really just play with a lot of modification and be very malleable overall. But that's all that I'm really running for hand traps in this deck. Up next, I'm playing for spells 2 Ultra Polymerization. Pay 2,000 life points, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck, using 2 monsters you control as fusion material. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 fusion monster that was fusion summoned with this card's effect. Special summon all fusion monster or fusion materials used for its fusion summon from the graveyard, but change your attack and defense to 0. Also, they have their effects negated. So this turns your Burning Abyss monsters into a full board capability of going into Starving Venom Dragon, banish this card, summon them back, make Dante. Or, if you want, our new target to where it allows you to go into the Fiendsmith engine and combo. Next up, we're playing 2 Mutiny in the Sky. Special summon 1 Fiend or Fairy fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling Fiend and or Fairy monsters from your graveyard into the deck as material. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 Fiend or Fairy monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect of Mutiny in the Sky once per turn. Once again, giving you the full capability to get some recovery back, but also offering up that capability to get a bigger monster on the board by utilizing your graveyard. For the 1-ofs, we're playing the 1 Fiendsmith's Tract. Add 1 Light Fiend monster from your deck to your hand, then discard 1 card. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Fusion summon 1 Fiendsmith fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. You can only use each of the effects of Fiendsmith's Tract once per turn. So this gives you the full capability of discarding Lurie, and then starting off with that combo. The other one that we have is Foolish Burial. Send 1 monster from your deck to the graveyard, so this can trigger off a lot of your Burning Abyss monsters as well. Then for the 2 1-ofs, I play 1 Super Poly. Discard 1 card, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from either field as fusion material. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. And then, of course, we're playing the 1 Rank Up Magic Astral Force. Target 1 Xyz monster you control with the highest rank, your choice. If tied, special summon from the extra deck 1 monster with the same type and attribute as that monster you control, but 2 ranks higher by using it as material. This card is treated as an Xyz summon, transfers materials to the summon monster. During your draw phase, if this card is in your graveyard, instead of conducting your normal draw, you can add this card from your graveyard to your hand. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate this effect, except by the effect of Rank Up Magic Astral Force, which can help out greatly because it can further your plays nonetheless. It also, working with Pallades, can give you a bit of a workaround for draws. Anyways, that's all that I have for the actual main deck. Like I said, there's a lot of capability to modify this, whether you want to replace Super Poly with Polymerization, the Astral Force rank up with something else. There's a lot of capability to further improve this deck and give you some really good interaction nonetheless. Anyways, guys, let's hop right in to our extra deck. Hopping right on into our extra deck, of course, we're playing the 1 Duke of Demise. It's 2 Fiend and or Zombie monsters. Once per turn during your standby phase, pay 500 life points or destroy this card. Cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only use each of the following effects of Duke of Demise once per turn. During your main phase, you can, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 level 4 or higher Fiend or Zombie monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand, which can give you back Lacrima, your Fiendsmith's Engraver, etc. Next up, we're playing the 1 Necroquip Princess. 1 monster equipped with a monster card and 1 Fiend monster card. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by sending the above cards from your hand and or field to the graveyard. You only control 1 Necroquip Princess. If a monster or monsters is sent from the hand to the graveyard to activate a card or effect, you can activate one of these effects. Equip one of those monsters to this card as an equip spell that gives it 500 attack, or draw 1 card. You can only use this effect of Necroquip Princess once per turn. So, outside of that, this works as another level 6 that we can really utilize to get into our rank 6 for the DDD Wave King Caesar. Then, of course, we're playing the 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. 2 dark monsters on the field except tokens. If this card is fusion summoned, you can make this card gain attack equal to 1 special summon monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. Once per turn, you can target 1 level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls. Until the end of this turn, this card's name becomes that monster's original name, and replace this effect with that monster's original effect. If this fusion summon card is destroyed, you can destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls. So giving you a little bit of extra board removal and capability to really just be like, okay, I'm going to push for extra damage or get like an effect that can really help break boards. The one thing that I've been really excited to play is Dante, Pilgrim of the Burning Abyss, because you couldn't really utilize this overall after Beatrice got really banned on the ban list. but you have the capability of doing it with Mutiny in the Sky, because it is a fairy monster. It requires 3 Burning Abyss monsters with different names, must be fusion summoned, cannot be special summoned by other ways, cannot be targeted by opponent's card effects. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can send 1 Burning Abyss card from your hand to the graveyard, draw 1 card. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if this card you control is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. So this can further help you establish board by also utilizing the Burning Abyss cards in your hand to get some free card draw, but also trigger their effects, which can help out a lot. Then, of course, we're playing 1 Loose the Dusk's Dark. 3 Fiend and or Fairy monsters in your graveyard. Monsters in your leftmost or rightmost main monster zones cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Looses the Dusk's Dark once per turn. You can target 1 card your opponent controls, send 1 Fairy or Fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard. And if you do, destroy that card. If another card you control is destroyed by a card effect except during damage step, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. So that can help get you another pop if they destroy one of your cards. But it also gives you a 3500 body and a full capability of sending a Burning Abyss monster from your deck to the grave. Then, of course, we're playing the 1 Fiendsmith Desiree. Fiendsmith the Graver plus 2 light Fiend monsters. Quick effect, you can negate the effect of a number of face-up cards on the field, up to the total link rating of the link monsters equipped to this card, until the end of this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle 1 other light Fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck or extra deck, then target 1 card in the field, send it to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Fiendsmith Desiree once per turn. So, outside of giving us a little extra for some effect negation, this card is really beneficial for the Fiendsmith strategy because it allows you to get some extra negation, but when you equip some of the cards to them, they can give it attack boost, which make it a bigger body. Then, of course, for the Xyz package, we're playing 2 Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss, which are 2 level 3 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card and choose a number from 1 to 3, then send that many cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard until the end of this turn. This card gains 500 attack for each card sent to the graveyard this way. If this card attacks, it is changed to defense position at the end of the battle phase. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Burning Abyss card in your graveyard, accept this card, and add it to your hand. So this is a good way to recycle your Seer, your Graph, your Scarm, etc. But it's also a good way to get some bodies into the graveyard so you can fusion off using Mutiny in the Sky, which can further help your plays. As for the 1 rank 3 that we utilize to go into our Fiendsmith combo now, Mellow Melody, the Brass Djinn. 2 level 3 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, target 1 Djinn Xyz monster control. This turn, that monster can attack twice during each battle phase. While this card can function for 2800 points of damage if there's nothing on board, this card also functions as a light fiend to allow you to go into your Fiendsmith's Requiem, which can further help you out there. So, I recommend running this card because it is a bit of a bridge between the two. Alright. Then, of course, for our last 2 Xyz monsters, we're playing 1 Constellar Pleiades. 2 level 5 light monsters. Once per turn, quick effect, you detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 card on the field, return that target to the hand. So basically, this is our rank up target for Dante when we use rank up Magic Astral Force, where we could basically just rank Dante into Pleiades, allowing us to trigger our effects and get further interaction. Now, you don't have to play the Pleiades package. You can really just cut it, run a Lacrima or an Agamonde for the Fiendsmith stuff, or you can utilize Pleiades for the package, or you can use it for another monster overall. I like running it because it's a very fun and interactive play for me and my friends. Then for the last Xyz monster, of course, we're playing 1 DDD, Wave High King Caesar. Requires 2 level 6 Fiend monsters. When a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated, that includes the effect that special summons a monster or monsters. Quick effect. You can detach 1 material from this card and negate the activation. If you do destroy that card, then you can make 1 other DD monster you control, and this card gain 1800 attack until the end of this turn. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Dark Contract card from your deck to your hand. We're not going to be really utilizing that effect, but the main thing that we're going to be utilizing is the negation, which can further help us establish our board and keep us protected from the Nibiru and other things of the such. All right. Well, that leaves only a few spaces left. What are we going to utilize that for? Well, of course, one of them is going to be Fiendsmith's Requiem, right? We need 1 light Fiend monster for the Link 1. You can only special summon Fiendsmith Requiem once per turn. During the main phase, you contribute this card, special summon Fiendsmith monster from your hand or deck, then you can target one light, non-link Fiend monster you control. Equip this card from your field or graveyard to that monster you control as an equipped spell that gives it 600 attack. You can only use this effect of Fiendsmith's Requiem once per turn. Fiendsmith Sequence. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one Fiend Fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling its materials from your graveyard into the deck. You can target one light non-link Fiend monster you control. Equip this card from your graveyard or field to that monster you control as an equipped spell with the following effect. Your opponent cannot target the equipped monster with card effects. You can only use each effect of Fiendsmith Sequence once per turn. And then, of course, we're playing the 2 Cherubini Ebon Angel of the Burning Abyss. 2 level 3 monsters. Monsters this card points to cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this card would be destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can send one other card you control to the graveyard instead. You can send one level 3 monster from your deck to your graveyard, then target one Burning Abyss monster on the field. It gains attack and defense equal to the attack and defense of the monster sent to the graveyard until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect of Cherubini Ebon Angel of the Burning Abyss once per turn. So, outside of built-in protection, it has the full capability of setting up your whole Burning Abyss play, but also giving you a little bit of further interaction for your opponent's turn as well, while giving your other monsters some protection as well. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for today's deck profile. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, please go ahead and leave a like and feel free to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Anyways, guys, I'll see you all in the next one.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?